Άγιος ήταν. Άγιος.
I have this notion, I believe that the dirtier the image, the easier it is somehow to take it in as reality. We actually had a conscious discussion with my producer and my co-writer, Elisabetta, and Yorgos, my producer. We said, okay, if we're sitting in a dinner table with filmmakers that have done father and son stories, what new are we bringing to the table? So we were conscious about that, and we understood from the beginning that it's not a high concept idea project, but it's more on the way we'll angle the film that will make sense in doing it, in adding another one to the already existing. I have this family history. My grandfather was a doctor, and he actually was a person who, on the island I also grew up on, he kind of was a center of a kind of a community, because he did offer his services free of charge to the poor every Tuesday and Thursday. So there was that, and we had this idea of, when him as a heart of the community dies out, then the community starts to suffer. And saying that, suffering meant for us physical suffering, unexplained diseases, illnesses, and body reactions. We liked also the idea of contrasting Elias's attitude and kind of being and culture of coming to the island and trying to force his will on things, and him losing control. We like the idea of placing a big, thick wall in front of him, which it is impossible to surpass, except if he maybe tries to, shift a little bit his angle. I've also have been dealing with psychosomatics and also back issues, which I'm trying to acknowledge from a more psychological angle, which is difficult because we're programmed, in our urban contemporary lives to treat our bodies as machines often. And even conscious of the idea, I find it difficult to do, to have such a idea of my body, relationship with my body. And yeah, all of these made that interesting for us to explore the physicality of the problems that they're facing. Yeah, we have our ideas about that, but we didn't want to explain them too much in the film. I mean, you have this dynamic which is quite obvious, dramaturgically at least, that, the father who just died is a doctor, and then you have these illnesses that start to spread, for example. But we also have something that with Elisabetta, we've done in many of our previous shorts together. This kind of, having the emotional states of our characters shape their outside worlds and surrounding, which is quite childish as an idea. But this is how maybe the electricity, the blackouts come into play. And I very much like the idea, contrary to where Elias is coming from, the city and urban center, Athens maybe, of getting there and having the whole place start plunging into a kind of the Middle Ages. And Middle Ages in the way where unexplained things start to happen. Things take place that you cannot wrap your mind around them. And, fuzzy logic. You have to find a different way going about things. That was the whole point. But my director of photography, Christos Voudouris, we have a long-lasting working relationship together. We've done all of my previous shorts together. And we kind of like dirty image. And I have this notion, I believe that the dirtier the image, the easier it is somehow to take it in as reality, as a viewer, as audience, because super crisp image somehow creates a distance between you. It's the opposite effect from what you'd expect.
Yeah, okay,
in some sense.
I get what you mean.
And this is not a filter, like a film filter or something. Christos likes to pump up the ISO to mess with the machines and to make it dirty, apart from using old lenses with character and so on. And we try doing other stuff as well, other tricks here and there to blur the image, mess with it in a way.
I agree with this idea that dirty image makes it more it makes it more interesting because a crisp image, and maybe that's why it looks fake. Then,
yeah,
right?
I think so too.
I get what you mean.
I mean, sex scenes, it's a difficult thing to do in cinema because I don't want to hide things, but at the same time, you don't want to be explicit. It's a taboo. It's a strange thing to deal in cinema. The way we try to approach it is as we would with a dinner scene of two people having lunch, for example. You're not shooting them eating, you're shooting the underlying idea and drama taking place. So we say, okay, let's treat sex scenes like drama scenes, which they should be actually. We had body doubles in the scenes. The penetration shot, if that's what you're referring to, is explicit penetration shot of body doubles actually. Yeah, I thought it was very important to have this physical aspect also in the film. It's and the culmination of their coming together in a way. Not the explicit penetration per se, but you know, they're coming together physically. I think there is, you know, also kind of a physicality in analog photography because you have to go through it's like baptizing in a way. And you go from the physical paper through a process, and then you actually develop oneself or people on paper. So it's there's something very literal about it, I think. Yeah, it's a very simple act, but also, you know, the act of picture taking, the power that, you know, seeing a picture of yourself or the reflection of yourself on a mirror. It could be something similar of that. Has. And of course it's connected all the notions with memory, photography through memory, the connection between father and son in the context of the film, etc., etc.